Welcome back to Anything You Want, the channel where stories aren't just told, they're felt. If you love diving deep into the emotional side of fame, make sure to subscribe, hit the join button to support us, and don't forget to like and comment below. Tonight's feature isn't just another celebrity confession, it's the story of a man who bared his heart to millions, and of a love that still echoes across 2 continents. Spain stood still last night. In the latest episode of La Revuelta, one of the nation's most watched television programs, the spotlight fell on Turkish superstar Can Yaman, and what began as a light-hearted interview soon turned into an emotional storm that left both the host and the audience speechless. Known across Europe for his charm, discipline, and fiery on-screen energy, Yaman surprised everyone by letting his guard down, not about his career, but about Demet Özdemir, the woman who once shared his life, his laughter, and perhaps his soul. When presenter Isabel Fuentes asked him, "Who was the woman that influenced your life the most?" the room fell into a silence so thick it could be felt. Can paused, exhaled deeply, his gaze drifting downward before whispering the words that would dominate headlines for days. "I didn't want to answer this question, but there's no point hiding it anymore. Demet was the most beautiful and the most difficult story of my life." The studio froze. Cameras caught his trembling hands, his misty eyes. Some audience members wiped away their tears, sensing that they were witnessing not a performance, but the truth of a man stripped bare before the world. Can's voice broke as he continued. "The time I spent with her taught me both love and loss. Sometimes, when you focus on your career, you put your heart on the back burner, and that's what I did. Losing Demet wasn't just a breakup, it was like leaving behind a piece of my soul." That sentence hit like lightning across the Spanish airwaves. Within minutes, hashtags such as #CanYamanAgladi, #Demethalasik, and #Yürektenkanusta began trending not only in Turkey but across Italy and Spain. The actor's raw vulnerability, his admission of failure and regret, painted him not as a distant celebrity, but as a man torn between ambition and affection. A universal struggle that resonated with anyone who's ever chosen career over connection. When Fuentes asked the question that everyone had been waiting for, "Why did you and Demet break up?" the room once again went quiet. Can stared into the distance for a few seconds before replying softly. "Life took us in different directions. We were young, ambitious, and at the height of our careers. I moved to Italy, she was beginning new projects in Turkey. Distance, misunderstandings, everything spiraled out of control. Then came the most daring question of the night. Do you still love her?" Yaman smiled faintly, the kind of smile that hides both pain and tenderness. "Love isn't something you can turn off with a single click," he said. "But some loves only survive in memory. Maybe ours is one of them." The audience gasped, a collective inhale of empathy for a man who had just turned his most private wound into public poetry. Later, as the show shifted toward his career milestones, Fuentes brought up Erkenci Kuş, the hit series that made him an international name. Can's response was immediate, almost reverent. "That wasn't just a project, it was a turning point in my life. The woman I met there inspired me as an actor and as a person. Demet's energy, her discipline, her humanity, they were something special." When asked how he managed to lose someone so special, his voice cracked again. "Because sometimes even when you love deeply, the timing is wrong. We were both burning too bright. We didn't give each other space. Communication broke. I made mistakes. I broke her heart." A wave of emotion filled the room. The host gently offered him a handkerchief. Ken refused to take a break. "No," he said. "This is the first time I've spoken honestly about this. I want to move on, truly move on." Perhaps the most haunting line of the night came as Yaman reflected on his move to Italy. "When I arrived here, everything happened fast: series, ads, projects, fame. Everyone was talking about me, but inside, I felt empty. Success means nothing if you lose your heart. That's what Demet was, my heart." The crowd erupted into applause. Some cheered, others cried. And millions watching from home felt the ache of a man who had achieved everything yet longed for what he could never reclaim. By the next morning, Demet Özdemir's calm yet heartfelt response from Istanbul became a story in itself. Surrounded by reporters, she smiled gracefully and said, "I saw it. Kaan is a sentimental person. What we shared was beautiful, but our lives are different now. I wish him only happiness." Her composure impressed everyone, but not everyone believed it was the full truth. According to sources close to the actress, Demet was visibly emotional while watching La Revuelta. Her eyes welled up, and she reportedly whispered, "He hasn't changed at all." Still, those near her insist that she has no intention of reopening old chapters. She is focused on her career, her peace, and the future. Yet, the question lingers in the minds of fans: can love truly fade when the memories still burn so vividly? Within hours of the broadcast, social media platforms from Twitter to TikTok exploded with reaction videos, quotes, and tributes. Clips from Erkenci Kuş resurfaced, behind-the-scenes footage of the duo flooded timelines, and nostalgic montages reminded fans why this pairing had once captured the hearts of millions. Comment sections overflowed with emotion. "You can feel the pain in his voice," one user wrote. "They were meant to be, you can't fake that kind of chemistry," said another. The digital space became a mosaic of longing and empathy, blurring the lines between fiction and reality, a testament to how deeply these two stars have embedded themselves into the collective heart of their audience. Yaman's tearful confession dominated not just Turkish tabloids but also headlines across Italy and Spain. Spanish journalists described it as the confession of a pure, unfiltered love. Italian outlets highlighted the emotional authenticity rarely seen in public figures of his stature. Europe with its eyes on Can Yaman, one headline declared. Experts suggested that this level of openness might actually strengthen his bond with fans, proving that vulnerability, not perfection, is what keeps stars truly shining. Whether or not Can and Demet will ever cross paths again remains unknown. But one thing is certain: their story, born in front of cameras, shaped by fame, tested by distance, has become something larger than themselves. Perhaps what we witnessed on La Revuelta wasn't just a confession. It was a man reconciling with his past, and a woman showing that closure can coexist with tenderness. And isn't that, in the end, what love really is, a beautiful contradiction that refuses to fade completely? Dear viewers of Anything You Want, what do you think? Do you believe love like that ever truly dies? Or does it simply find a quieter place to live? Let us know your thoughts below, we read every comment. And if you felt the emotion behind this story, don't forget to subscribe, hit the join button to support our channel, and like this video to keep these heartfelt stories coming. Because here at Anything You Want, we don't just tell stories, we live them, one heartbeat at a time. Until next time, stay close to your heart and remember, success means little if you lose what makes you human. Thank you for watching Anything You Want.